of, you know, the Sufi sort of wise man named Nasrudin, who's really, he's like somebody that's kind of slovenly and always kind of seems like kind of stupid, but it's that incredible kind of wisdom that he has that the Sufis know how to do so well. And Nasrudin was very unreliable and very undependable. And he went to his neighbor and he said to his neighbor, I would like to borrow a pot. I'm having my relatives in for dinner and I need a big pot. And the neighbor said, now, Nasrudin, you're very undependable and unreliable, and I really don't want to entrust my big pot to you. Nasrudin says, please, please, I promise I will bring it back tomorrow. I absolutely promise on Allah. And finally, the neighbor relented and said, all right, if you will bring it back tomorrow, I will give you the pot. Nasrudin took the pot, went home, had the feast. The next morning, he knocks at the door of the neighbor opens the door, and there is Nasrudin with a big pot. The neighbor says, Nasrudin, you brought back the pot. Nasrudin says, yes, of course. And the neighbor looks inside the big pot, and there's a little pot. And the neighbor says, what's the little pot doing there? Nasrudin says, the big pot had a baby. So Nasrudin was delighted. The neighbor was delighted, of course. And he said, oh, thank you, Nasrudin. And he took the pot, and he was so happy. About 2 weeks later, Nasrudin came to the door, and he said, I'm having another party. Could I borrow the pot, the big pot again? Now, be now in the neighbor's mind, you see. The neighbor says, of course you can, Nasrudin, right? So Nasrudin takes the big pot and goes away. The next day, no knock on the door, no Nasrudin. The neighbor waits another day, no Nasrudin. Finally, the neighbor goes to Nasrudin and says, Nasrudin, where is my pot? Nasrudin said, it died. Do you see the way Nasrudin played with the mind of the guy? I mean, he sucked him in and then did him in. I mean, it was just exquisite. About expectations of mind.